Um, Jessie, just to let you know, with Michael, some weird shit has already been happening to him, especially during the show. It happens a lot, but I don't know if you saw that video where something pulled on his chain.
Yes.
And he got scratched. I mean, you really can't see the scratches in the video. But, why would he bring that up? And so it's something malicious, right, in his house?
No, it's something. It's something playful. It's like a kid.
Pretty
be an entity that's pretending to be a kid?
No, it's a kid.
Would you say, Michael, that kid?
Wow.
That guy.
Okay. Well, I guess let's go into the show. Ethan's hosting, but I'll do it. I'll do you want to do the intro? Well, do the intro, and then I got to address our Mexico subscribers.
Are you going to do a grito or what?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast for Paranormal Dudes. This is episode 38. Shut your mouth, Sergio. It sounded like I was starting off like, shut up. You know what? You know what's funny? I was fine doing it.
To the Ben Mix Gaming channel. That's
No,
what I felt like.
That's what it sounded like at first. But you know what? I was trying to change it. But then the funny thing is, I got tripped up because I saw Sergio. And Sergio was going like this. Anyways, welcome to episode 38. I'm hosting this one. As you can tell, not all of us are here today, unfortunately. You know who they are. But we do have Jessie back today. We're really excited.
Hola.
Sergio, can you do a little clap? I don't know who's hosting.
Yeah,
can
I want like a fake clapping sound effects, please.
Yeah,
Michael, you're host. You're the one who's supposed to do it.
Oh, yeah. 1 second.
I don't have access though.
Five years later. So we're happy to have Jessie back. We already told her not to tell Oscar what's in his house because he doesn't want to know, unfortunately, even though it would be kind of nice to know. But
hold on. Stop the show before you ramble on a little more.
Sergio has to announce something.
Okay. I want to say, look at me closer, camera. Zoom in on my face. Gracias a todos los que suscribieron desde México. Muchas gracias. A todos. Where was it? Veracruz. What else?
Veracruz, Colima, Mazatlán.
I actually have the list here. Los de Nuevo León, Puebla, Veracruz, Jalisco. Muchas gracias a todos. Back to English. Go ahead, Ethan.
Yeah,
I'll do that one next time.
Continue with the subtitles.
So I have two topics for today. One, I don't know if Sergio knows about it yet or Michael, but it has to do with the Ghost Adventures. Recently, actually, they've made the news on TMZ. And
wait, they're on TMZ? Hold on. Wait.
Yes. Hold on. Okay. No, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Oh,
I won't.
So I'll do this first because it's kind of really recent news. Even like the whole paranormal community started talking about it. Aaron Goodwin's wife put a hit on him to kill him.
Oh, dude, damn it! It was part of Video Time. You took it away from Video Time.
All right, next topic.
Was that really a topic? I thought you had something.
No, no. If you heard what I said in the beginning, I said my main topic and then the recent one. The recent one's about Aaron.
Well, Ethan already fumbled a little bit because he was supposed to tell us 2 hours in advance so that we could familiarize ourselves with the topic.
Well, you already guys know the other topic. I told you this a while ago when we first were supposed to record this. You forgot,
Well,
did you?
I'm familiar with it that his wife was trying to put a hit on him, right?
Mm-hmm. While they were filming in California recently.
Oh, so they got a California hitman, or was it a Nevada hitman?
They're not saying that part of the investigation.
It's probably
yet.
Nevada hitman because no state income tax, so it makes sense.
No cobrar taxes.
No le van a cobrar.
With you. But
If
some people,
and I have to say this real quick.
Uh-huh.
Look, we just realized a lot of our homies in Mexico are our subscribers. We're gonna jump in and out of Spanish on this bitch, and if you're offended by that, you could just unsubscribe and
Wait, yo, hold up. Wasn't that light just on?
yeah, it was on.
oh, it's the girl.
I saw that too.
Not for real?
We're not joking.
You're
light is
lighting in
on.
your
The
room
energy's
changed.
back at Oscar. It's not here.
already
It's not
happening.
here. It's over
It's already
there.
happening.
It's not.
Swear to God, I'm crying. Like something passed by.
I cried.
We
Oh.
both saw it.
Uh-oh.
But wasn't the light on?
No.
Wait,
Nah, like 3 other people seeing the same thing. Nah, that's crazy.
That's not
You
good.
think I'm gonna go over there right now? I can see the light from here.
The man of the house here.
We're going over there.
Man of the house.
Man of the house.
Man of the house.
Say Kiara, she'll figure it out. Wait a minute.
He's gonna send his dog over there. Hey, go check.
Yeah.
Hey, go look at it real quick.
We both saw it. We both looked. We saw something.
The door was closed though.
The door was like this.
Why you
He's trying to
denying
make
it? You saw it
excuses now so he doesn't
too.
have to go.
Oscar, how long is your lease for?
A year?
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Have fun.
A year or too long.
Have fun.
A year or too long.
Both looked at each other. We knew.
Yes, she's quiet,
look
bro.
at-
She
look-
knows something.
You know what's
Look-
funny though?
Look at
I
Jesse's
thought
face.
I
She
saw it
already
in your
knows
lighting
something.
in your face that
When all
something
that
had
was
turned
going
off.
on, I was looking one place. At Jesse's face.
I'm not
See what
saying a
she- Me too.
word. I'm not
It
saying a
was-
word.
Jesse was like this.
Send the dog.
Oh,
Send the dog.
In the dark.
That's my baby. I'm saying.
You know how much she costs? Hell no.
Will the dog go over there? Will the dog go over there?
No, she's very clingy right now. She's like,
No, she's not clingy.
Right here.
She's with
She's
you.
scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's.
let her go. She's a Frenchie. She don't want to go nowhere. She's asleep.
Okay. All
why
right.
don't you go
Listen
Oscar?
to-
Go check.
Bring your camera. Bring your camera.
Fuck.
Do it, Oscar. Do it.
Bring your camera. The puzzle.
See,
I can take the whole PC.
camera.
No, record on your phone and then you could just send the clip to Sergio.
Wait. So the crack, the crack in the door that was
Oh,
on, right?
fuck that.
Hold on, no.
No.
The light was on from the bedroom.
But we saw something pass here.
How if the door was closed?
It's like this. You can see it. You know, and it's something from the side catches your
Oscar's about to
attention.
get beat up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, no.
I'm just here trying to watch your show, but y'all over here conquering something. I don't know. Pero algo pasó.
Hey, it's
You know?
something.
Don't stop.
You just take a. All right, bro. Cheers, everybody. I
Actually,
understand all.
Jesse's saying it's fine, so just go do it. You're fine.
All right,
Jesse,
20 seconds to
Jesse
courage.
played in front of a mirror.
Actually, 20 seconds to courage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dude, I
Okay.
saw you do that.
It just got derailed right now. Some weird shit's happening in Oscar's new place. Okay. Continue, Ethan, with your murder story. You're muted, idiot.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sergio.
So apparently, the how they found out was the hitman wasn't really a hitman. It was a undercover
PI,
'Cause-
private investigator.
because no one knows yet, but a lot of people are expecting that Aaron kind of knew already. So because he saw like a large I guess, amount of money coming out of his. Some people are speculating that Aaron was involved the whole like trying to get the hitman. Like the hitman was undercover cop, and this and that. But Metro isn't saying too much right now. But here's the thing. So I think it might be a Vegas thing because Metro's involved. But that might just be because they live here, though. But I don't know.
Okay.
So, but the hit was supposed to happen while they were filming Ghost Adventures in California, like as they're filming the season. And they had to cut it short because, you know, all that shit happening. But the wild part is that Jason Hawes, the guy that does taps, did you hear that? I heard a noise. He's like exploiting the fuck out of it, dude. He's like posting about it on his Facebook, trying to get like clout from it, saying like, "Oh, I'm with Erin, fucked her, and this and that." Like it's like, didn't you just hate Ghost Adventures like fucking the whole time you were on taps? Like,
dude, this is turned. So obviously we like the show because it's Ghost Adventures and it's about ghosts and demons and stuff like that. But this is quickly turned into unsolved mysteries, true crime, TMZ nonsense.
No, yeah.
Okay.
But they
well,
haven't
that was
really
your
said
topic?
too much
Just
on
that?
it. Well, no. I have the other one, but that's like later. I want to do that a little later in after we talk about Jessie and stuff. But a little more on that before I stop it though. One thing that's kind of weird though is how Aaron had posted something about it, and then he did, and someone said that he posted something about it, and then like I think 10 seconds later he deleted it off his Twitter, and no one got what he had said. But it was like his reaction to the whole situation, and I guess someone probably from the PR team or some shit probably told him to take it down or whatever. But then of course you got these people in the comments saying, "Oh, what if she was just possessed by all the things that he sees, and like she's the one that got the." I'm like, okay, that's pushing it.
If she was possessed by the things he would see, she would have killed him herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, the demon wouldn't contract someone else to do it.
The demon wants to hire a PI.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know. It's kind of a stretch. I think it's because of their fans. They're very entrenched, and we're in the paranormal community as well. But that angle just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it just
that's stretching it too much. Pause. But that's it. That's all I have so far because there really isn't that much out about it because it's still under investigation. But I feel like once it comes out more, I think we'll talk about it and see why she's gonna say why she did it eventually. So
I hate him. Right, something stupid like that. It's just gonna.
Well, what's fucked up is he's like the nicest. He's like the one dude I think everyone likes in the show. Like he's like the one genuine person.
Yeah, he's the most likable, person on that show.
Yeah.
No one can relate to Zach because he's weird with his affliction shirts and his bedazzled jeans and
wow,
his weird. Yeah.
Didn't you have bedazzled jeans, Sergio and Dianza?
No, I wore solo jeans and Dianza. They were
Hardee's, bro.
The heck?
No, he wore a seashell necklace. He wore a seashell necklace.
Puka shell. Get it right.
Puka shell. He had those Ben Davis jeans too.
Don't forget the blonde highlights, by the way.
Oh God!
I was gonna say that, bro. The frosted tips.
Did I
post your tips?
Who frosted your tips?
Yes, you did one.
I did, huh?
Sounds so wrong,
sexy.
but yes, you did.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and also don't forget probably the most embarrassing one. For all of my Mexicanos out there, you're probably familiar with all this, but a copete.
Don't say it. Oh my God.
Oh God.
You remember those days? I definitely had a copete. Okay. I mean, it's unfortunate for Aaron. It definitely is. I just feel, I don't know. Do you think it has anything to do with relevancy? It's just like the show's kind of dipping in ratings, and they're like, we got to do something. Let's.
I feel like if it was Zach, yes, but Aaron, no. I feel like there has to be something going on at home that like maybe because if you think about it, if I remember, he's the only one that doesn't have kids. If I remember,
Right.
doesn't have like a full on family. I don't think I was thinking of that too, but then I feel like if it was like for the show, it would be Zach. It wouldn't be
Right.
Aaron. Because like for one, it's kind of weird it's Aaron for me. Out of all the guys in Ghost Adventures, why him? Why is he the one that has to get like a
Well, he
hit
always
on
goes in
him?
by himself to all these places. Zach, Aaron,
Yeah.
go in the basement alone.
Maybe it's a money thing, dude. Maybe it's like
I- 9 times out of 10, it usually is a money thing.
yeah.
He
So
dies,
This
she
is,
gets everything kind of thing. So, Jessie,
Yes.
it's been a while since you've been on the show.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Has anything as of late happened to you? Any paranormal things or anything like that? Because, you're you.
Paranormal things
and-
always happen to me.
yeah, that's why I'm asking. I know there's something there.
I mean, it's not necessarily paranormal things that happen to me, like I see a ghost. It's just my usual, um, like I just dream of the dead people that I used to know and just they talk to me type of thing.
Somebody I used to know.
Yeah. So just my usuals. I mean, my usual like gut feelings about evil people. I can't, I'm sorry, like there's just some weird energy over here. I just can't concentrate.
From where?
I'm not allowed to say.
oh
Oh
fuck.
hell no, bro! You really gotta do me like that?
I'm sorry.
You know what? This is. I need to
Look,
hear it.
look. You know
I
what?
need
You
to
know
hear
what?
it.
Hold on,
Just
hold on,
need to
hold
hear
on,
it.
hold on.
For
You
the
know what?
podcast
Probably.
sake,
Let,
for the
let's
podcast
put on
sake,
some
I feel like we
context.
should know.
Okay.
So the
I said for
context of what I'm
podcast
saying is,
sake.
look, Jesse, and this is what I shared with Sergio and everybody else too. I don't know if I have some sort of like what did we call it? Clairvoyant.
Don.
Yes,
Tienes un
he's
don.
clairvoyant. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I do when I go to certain places, certain things, I do feel energy. Like I could feel the molecules in the air. Like I feel different things like that. My dreams, if you've seen the past episodes, like they are not normal. Like they are very, very
Yeah.
unique.
He was a meat car.
And I've had interactions with people in my dreams where they have their own like mind of their own, like where it's like a trip.
So
Like
who's
it's like
guiding you? Like, have you ever talked to your grandparents about it?
so 3 of my grandparents passed away, and my grandpa's the only one that's alive.
But
And he's in Mexico.
in your dreams, like a female. I'm seeing a female. So I don't know if it's your grandma, great grandma.
My grandma did pass away. We were very, very close to her. She had stayed with us every single summer since I can remember. And she was a very, very big part of my life when it just comes to anything. But she also had her experiences on her own as well.
Right. So those dreams that you have,
Specific,
she's guiding you.
but they're very like completely different though. Like, for example, the latest one that I had, I don't know if you saw the latest show or
No,
the
I
latest
haven't seen any
episode.
show. Sorry. Sorry,
So
Sergio.
no worries, no worries. But I recently just she's just like fuck.
He's like, "Chingada madre."
That's why her numbers are down.
But the last dream that I've had that kind of felt like there was something there was a dream intruder, and we were moving out of our old place. I go into that old apartment in my dream, and there's a bunch of stuff there, and I call my wife. I'm like, hey, why is all this stuff? I thought we moved everything out. So she ends up showing up in the dream, and I know I'm dreaming, right? And she goes to like the edge of the living room, and she starts laughing. And I'm like, what is so funny? Like, we need to move all this stuff. And she's just like, right? And I'm like, no, what? And she's like, that you're dreaming. And then I wake up. So my dreams are always like that, in that sort of area of like, I know I'm dreaming and I can control the dreams. But yeah, I've had dreams where like, yeah, I have seen my grandparents. I have seen people that, you know, are no longer here or that I haven't seen in a long time. But
And you haven't
if
tried
you
talking
see,
to the people in your dreams, like hold a conversation with them?
not really. I mean, I can try, going forward.
I think you can do it. You just have to be open to doing it because you're like freaking yourself out. You're like, you just still want people to think you're a weirdo, but it's okay. Like, just be free so you can use like your gift because you do have something. And then, is there anything weird like around that route? Like, I'm really, I don't know why something is driving me to the doll.
Oh hell no!
I'm not saying
So,
it's bad. I'm just saying like, there's, I keep seeing
do you
energy.
want me to bring it?
Brave, do it. Do it.
Does not
Let's
if
do
it
it.
does it have a floral dress?
Not if it's
Tell me no.
gonna.
Content.
A floral
That's a
dress? No, it's
floral-
like in
floral dress.
it's in denim. It's like those American dolls, like the
Oh,
brand
okay.
American
Because
American dolls.
Girl.
you've just had it for a long time.
Yeah. So, all right. So my wife is here. She, in her family, there is also witches in their family.
What?
So she's seen like, what is it? Your aunts? It's not good magic, but she's seen
I'm just
her
picking up
family members.
female, like a mother, like a grandmother, mother, somebody, something. I don't know who that resonates
Okay.
with, but and it's not necessarily bad, but I'm just seeing like something there, just like always there, but nothing evil. I don't see
I
it.
want to. I
But
want to say it's my grandma. She really, honestly, like she really invested herself into my life, um, since I was a kid, and I do have that connection with her. Like I do from time. She's passed away a couple years already, but from time to time, I do remember her and just kind of cry about it because it's like she did have a big impact in my life.
yeah,
So that's the only person that has passed away that I can resonate with what you're seeing.
okay.
But if you want, I can bring the doll and show.
No, no,
No,
no, no, because I just had a limpia, and I just like it's just already. I literally had one right now at my sister's house. She did one for me, and she gave me some crystals because it's a full moon, so I'm charging my crystals, and I need a
okay.
clean energy
Like,
Oh, but
for this.
do they take USB C or
You're fucking
hyper?
stupid. I can't with you.
I'm gonna get a crystal and stick it up your butt para que se te quite.
Hey,
See,
I'm all on
I'm
board with the
so cute
crystals.
now.
I'm all the crystals. Except
After
Matt
my
likes to grind them up.
no, after that whole when I stayed in LA, I believe in them now.
What?
so
Don't
so
tell
let
me
me
you're
ask
into
you this,
astrology all of a
Jesse.
sudden too. Are you?
No. I'll fill you
I
guys in
love
later.
astrology.
Oh God.
What? Melly is gotten a new talent of making amulets and stuff with crystals, and she made me this beautiful amulet for my birthday to
Nice.
protect me from weirdos.
So okay, Jess. I mean, astrology though. I don't know. You're not like those boho. Okay,
No,
like
I'm
you,
not boho,
like,
but
but
my friends that are my family are boho. Well, because my sister is a witch, so she gives me all that stuff. Well, she's not a witch, but the three of us, have that because of my grandmother. So, but just a different, like me and my sisters all have different things, but my sister's more into that. Um, so I happened to have a reading yesterday because they give free yes or no question readings on TikTok, and sometimes like I don't want to pay. Like, I'm not gonna pay like $5 for this. I'll just. And so this lady, I ended up like giving her some flower or something. She gave me a reading, and she just said, "Oh, blah blah blah." But you have like, she's like, "Are you in the public a lot?" And I said, "Yes." And so she said, okay, you need, like, she gave me a free reading. She's like, but you need something because you have all this negative energy attached to you because you're always in the public. So I told my sister, like, hazme una limpia, like un paro.
Sí.
And so she did, and she gave me some crystals, some black, what's it called? Black something, black onyx or onyx something that's like makes you invisible,
Lots
basically.
of camo and cod.
Onyx is pretty
Black
crazy.
onyx.
It
Yeah.
has
It is onyx.
not energy as in like spiritual energy, but it like
Just the way it looks.
real energy.
Yeah.
It has a shit ton of really weird properties. Every time I
Didn't-
worked with Onyx, it like to make shit for people. It's like I don't know. It's fucking weird, but it's beautiful.
It's supposed to
Did no
make
one
you
catch
invisible.
You guys are talking about onyx, and they're like, "Oh, it's a cool crystal." So I was like, "Cool, it sounds like a thing from Call of Duty or COD." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
It is. It is.
Oh my gosh.
It reminds me of a Pokemon. Isn't there a Pokemon called Onyx?
Yeah,
It
onyx.
is.
Yeah, onyx. Yeah.
Onyx. Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, it's just. I think the last time. I think the last time we had you on, Jesse, you were kind of giving all of us what's going on in your house. So I don't know if you saw the last episodes.
I did the necklace.
Oh,
Yeah, with Michael.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you think is really going? You said it was a woman in his house.
No, first the first
a
episode you
child.
said
it was a
was
kid.
dark.
Child.
It was a kid.
There's a kid right now in his house. Right now, especially in that little corner right there where it's all lit up, bright and whatever. There's a little kid right there, and that's what's being mischievous and playing around. But
With Michael.
I feel like that whole area of Calexico is like that, though, Sergio. Like that whole area
Right
is
down
like
7th Street?
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was her name?
Wait, but
I
hold on.
don't
So
know.
then my question is, when he smelled sulfur, what could that be though? Because he did smell like that
The
scent.
Like
The odor.
naturally, what could it be?
Well, it could be a
Well,
lot of things.
or-
Well,
With the gas-
spiritual or
It could have been the
either one.
fields. It could
Well, it could have been a lot of things. I just
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been a lot of things. I mean, it's scary movies or whatever they say sulfur is like spirits, but I mean, he could have just, I mean, it's collectible. It smells like cow shit sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
that's why I
But-
was like delicious. Doesn't smell like bad, and it's not the sulfur.
But
that
I
you
have a
smell.
question.
Maybe there was a gas leak.
When you,
That too.
Oh yeah,
let me
tell her
test
about that. Yeah. No, tell her about what happened to your stuff on your wall with the holy water and all that stuff.
no, I want to ask. I remember when you first walked in my house, you said that you saw something dark. Are you saying like that's gone now and it's just a kid, or?
When I walked into your house,
Yeah, you said on the last episode that it was something dark.
well, yeah, it's something
This
dark.
is
Oh, we're talking
Yeah.
about Michael here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
talking
Michael.
about
And this
Michael and
is-
his spiders.
My bad. It's just, sorry, I feel like I'm like super lost in this whole thing. No,
His spiders.
the whole sulfur thing, Michael. You live over near my dad's house, so I mean that's a whole sewer thing.
Yeah.
You can smell that through that whole
Awesome.
neighborhood because there's a what's it called, the vent that's methane and sulfur.
Yummy.
Sorry, explain. I mean, there's a vent, a citywide vent like 2 blocks away. So sometimes when it's too heavy or if it's too cold, it lingers a lot more. It doesn't evaporate, go up into the
Ew.
air.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well, Jess, because I don't know if you remember something. So Ethan and Michael had gone to Zak Bagan's Haunted Museum here in Vegas, and there Michael actually got scratched. Oh, Jesse's hearing shit too.
Oh, it's just
And it's what?
the usual surges.
Oh, please explain. I'm okay with stopping with what I'm
No,
saying.
it's because I have like guides that I have with me.
Okay. So, okay. To go back to, so he went to the museum, something scratched him there, something latched onto him and followed him back to home and then eventually followed him to Calexico. Is that entity gone? Is it this little kid now?
I don't see anything latched onto him. I think he would have like a lot more headaches and like just I mean, do you feel weird at all, Michael, besides your original or your usual weirdness? No, I don't see that
Well,
anything latched onto him. I see like a
Let's
little.
stop it. Let's stop it right there. Let's stop it right there. That's all I need here. I'm okay.
Well, because when he was here, when we after we did the museum, you did get headaches, remember? And then I remember you having really bad dreams right after the museum and everything. Remember? And then you said it stopped.
He's like, I told you not
Yeah,
to tell anybody about that.
I'm just
Is that
laughing at
is that
Matt.
like a
Yeah.
side effect? Headaches and all that? Like, is
Yes.
that kind
Well,
of like
it tends to or like any type of bad energy, whatever, tends to cling more to like the top of your head, the back of your neck, and your shoulders, and your feet.
Damn, I'm fucked.
So a lot of the times, especially like, um, I was literally just talking to my sister about this because I was like, "Can I just wear something?" But she was like, "No, like you have to um wear specific amulets because the negative energies or what the spirits, whatever, can like cling to you if you like just if people like are wishing bad upon you or there's evil shit around. So you always have to
okay?
protect
And
yourself.
if you and just to kind of like run off of that same thought, like if you have anger, does that also attract more of that, or
Not necessarily. If you have anger,
uh,
like if you're like an angry person or if you
yeah,
feel
like if you're
anger,
like short tempered stuff like that, like does that
no,
sense?
no, I feel like it's more like what you're open to and what situations you're putting yourself in or what you're inviting without knowing what you're inviting.
Dang, okay. I have a
but
story.
yeah. Oh, okay. I love your stories.
We can get into it later if you want, but I have a story. I want to get Jesse's take on this, like because, and I told you Sergio about that family friend that had gotten involved with some. So I'm just gonna say the story. So I have a family friend that was really into like he's a singer for like a banda, corridos, all that stuff, and he's a very outgoing person, very like cool, you know. And one day I think he broke up with his ex. I don't know what happened. He woke up. He remembers being in like the middle of some candles. Woke up in the day like naked somewhere, with like just shit on his stomach, like cuts. I don't want to say cuts, but like just like marks. And ever since that day, this was about 4 or 5 years ago, he's never been the same. Like, and it's not even like drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just never been. He went to rehab. He went to like all these different things, but he has, I don't know, he's just like off. And I don't know.
And have you been around him?
I've been around him once ever since that happened, and he was normal. Like, it did feel like
Or what did you sense?
I sensed a very like
Because
uneasy feeling from him.
because your visit was short and because
Yeah, it was like less than 5 minutes.
yeah, but because that made you feel like it freaked you out. But like have you you've never I mean I don't know, it could be anything, right? Like but cuz who knows with that shit, it's weird, but and people are crazy. But I mean if you care about him enough to be like, "Hey, have you like checked out other sources of I don't know, like cleanses
Help.
or limpias or seeing a freaking curandero or something?" Is that I mean,
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about that. But in his mindset, he thinks everybody else is wrong. Like, he thinks he's okay. But when I talked to him one time, he just felt like he was very like he was kind of like scared to talk because he felt that I knew something that I wasn't supposed to, but just very like awkwardly. But even before this, like we had a good relationship. Like we were pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up. But
Yeah,
they
it
kind of ran out
weird.
of physical resources. So
Yeah, that's really weird. But I think you know.
Do you think it's anything
yeah,
spiritual, Jesse, or it's just more
I don't know. I feel like with him,
psychological?
I feel like it's a mix of. He's probably like traumatized by what happened to him, and like he doesn't know what. I think it's probably a mix, but who knows what happened to him? Honestly, I mean, I don't really know. I I would really. I can be more helpful with that if I see like a picture because I can read the picture. But I mean, I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, that's a crazy shit that would happen. I mean, I would be freaking traumatized if that happened to me.
yeah. I mean, I
But
know
it
you
is
just
weird.
got your limpia, so I don't want to push the limits on that. But I have all that available if that's okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. But it's just something that it's a family friend. We've been friends with them for a long, long time, and it's just they just like ran out of a bunch of options. But I just thought it was something to bring up because
I would
it's kind of
recommend
goes in
that.
the line.
I would recommend that. See if that helps.
Most definitely appreciate that.
See, I like
Yeah,
this.
and like
This is a difference.
Alexa, turn on lamp light.
his light just turned. Is that automatic or what's up with that?
Yeah, it's automatic. It turns off every
All right.
Oh,
day
okay. I was about
or
to
every
say,
night
little
at 12.
kids messing
Okay.
with you. I like this other side of our podcast. Usually it's about raunch and like
Degenerate
Dick
feels.
and super scary shit. This is like a different side, like kind of a healing thing. Usually Jesse comes on here and it gets like super scary. But
Wow.
it's just a different side to be able to look at it from that angle, from limpias to finding out what Michael's being terrorized by. Coincidentally, it's a little kid. You know what? It's kind of like a cycle with Michael. He was a little fuckhead when he was a little kid, kicking people and like punching them in
Yep.
the balls. Now it's another little kid, a ghostly one that he can't even see, which is awesome. That's terrorizing him.
I think it's easier if
so
you could see them, Michael. I mean, in
if
my
you could see what?
opinion, if you could see the little kid.
I
Well,
don't think Michael wants to see the little kid.
No,
Why?
I mean, well, for me,
Why?
it was. I've never been scared of like the little girl here, but I've only seen her once. But I think seeing her was like, hey, we're cool, type of thing.
Don't eat my hot Cheetos.
But I mean,
I'll
it
give
was
you
like,
one, but one only.
the only time it's ever been weird, which it wasn't the little girl, was the time that I called Sergio when I had that freak out a little bit time back.
That was wild. I'll never forget
Yeah.
that. Okay. This I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna do it for la gente de Mexico, and because they're the ones that are watching our fucking show right now. And for us, I guess, and for myself. Jesse, I don't know if you saw previous episodes, but something happened here. Didn't happen to me. It happened to Steven, who is not here. Rest in peace. And and
He
it
died.
happened.
I know. I was like,
No,
what
he
the
didn't. He
heck?
didn't die. He didn't die.
So nonchalantly, yeah.
He's just he's not here.
Didn't he say no matter what, I go in early, I get out late, I'm gonna be there?
Yeah, that's exactly what he
Steven,
said.
where you
But
at?
he's in Tustin at Micro Center looking at
I
him.
couldn't remember the name of it. That's why I didn't throw that out there.
Michael Center.
And Steven said that the person that was in this office at night bared my resemblance, but in the dark, and he was confused. So, us being us, as far as the whole paranormal thing, and we figured it's a mimic. Could be completely way off, but that's just our personal, like, not necessarily our personal experience, but more of like diving too deep into the paranormal and different types of spirits and entities or whatever. So my question to you, Jess, is what do you think is here?
Well, I don't see anything in your house now, but when I go visit you, we'll see.
Okay.
I have to record that. I have to record it when she
Hey,
gets there.
1K
I have-
special, 1K special.
Okay, special.
But
Well, 'cause
Okay,
like I
but
said,
fair
that's
game.
very
That's fair game.
common. Like we had a friend that a similar thing happened. There was a lot of weird stuff in her house. There was even a time when they had a sleepover and like or some weird shit happened and everybody was like had to call. Like I remember my mom went to pick up Amy like at 3 in the morning because there was some weird stuff happening. And she told us about something similar where they were going to go to church or they were going to go somewhere, and she got her little brother dressed and he came in and he was all full of mud, and she told him like, what the hell, go get changed.
Hmm.
And he told her like, no, like I didn't want to get changed for whatever. And he was in his new clothes that she just put on him. And she just remembers she was pissed and she was cleaning up the mud and everything that he had left when the brother came walking downstairs, and she was like wearing the same clothes, but they weren't like muddy or dirty. And so she's like, how did you get dirty? And he was like, I've been upstairs this whole time. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. A little creepy.
Uh,
Um, I will say this though. Um, not all mimics are malicious. I mean,
Mhm.
there's some that are and some that aren't. Um, and I mean, maybe it was. Maybe it was. It was just passing by. Maybe it's not. Attached to this house. But like I said, not all mimics are malicious. Maybe it was.
I have something to throw out there about that. What I mean, for me at this point, as like I don't say mentally, but the way I see things or in the way like because mine's more like of a rush thing, like where I can't distinguish whether it's happening in front of me or if I'm seeing something like another. I don't want to say timeline, but if I'm seeing
Like
an alternate,
dimension, like another.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
because it's happened to me where like I know I'm asleep, and then I'm like okay, then it's not real, but then like I don't want to say at the height of it. I don't know the height, but when I
You're
wasn't,
just on a
oh,
different frequency.
that's what I'm trying to because I don't know if other people are able to distinguish whether it's like I can't. Like I have no way of doing it, and that's the scary part to me. Where I'm like, okay, am I like just looking through the window, or am I looking, or if it's really happening? And like, I guess that's what kind of bothers me the most is like for me, I have no idea anymore. Before I'd maybe be able to distinguish something like that, but not anymore.
Okay. I mean,
Shit.
I get what you mean. So what you're saying is that maybe I don't know about Steven because Steven was awake and going to the restroom. But Sally,
That's why I'm asking. Like,
yeah, it could possibly be on that side of the story. It could because she was in and out of sleep or she was asleep. Um, I mean, it could be that could apply to it. Uh, but who's to say? I mean, I have no idea. I didn't bear witness to any of this. Um, I've yet to experience anything in this house, and like I said before, it, I, I'm like a hotbed of paranormal crap, and it's not whether I'm looking for it or I I want it to happen. It just happens around me.
It finds you.
Yeah, pretty much. And if that does change and I do experience something, I'll say it here on the show, or I'll let you guys know and we could discuss it. But I've yet to experience anything, and if it just is a mimic, just fucking with Steven because of his whole poop situation that he had in my restroom, and really genuinely worried about Selena to get her to go upstairs instead of sleeping on the couch. Makes sense.
Mhm.
So I have a
Um,
question then. Wait,
yeah.
hold on, because I mean I'm not gonna go into context, but I think half of the people here will understand what I'm trying to get at. Jesse, I have a question. Would I know you said like obviously angry people won't bring on certain things, but what about negative experiences, like negative like stuff happening in a household?
Well, yeah, that's part of it. That's. I don't think necessarily it's gonna be like a demon or something, but I
Well,
mean,
no,
negative
yeah,
energy can totally um that like 100%, I believe, can make you crazy if there's just a bunch of negative energy cling to you. That's like the worst. It's like if you go to a party and there's like some weird, ugly, negative person, and then like you leave house and you leave the party and you're like, oh, it's like
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you don't want negativity around.
Right. Okay.
No, yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's just a. I feel like this whole episode so far has been like touchy, like a lot of emotions going around, and
Well, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
it's
You guys
different
are
for.
asking me emotional questions. What the hell?
Well, I'm only saying it's a good change of pace because
We need
usually it's just a bunch
answers.
of jokes and just
Well,
getting
that's why
scared
I'm here.
of
I'm here for the
anything.
jokes.
He's
Bro,
like,
Jesse
Jesse's
gets
like,
here.
Palabra.
I
It's
was
turned
promised
into a
dick
fucking.
jokes.
yeah.
Yeah, I was promised dick jokes, and raunchiness. That's what I'm here for.
It's turned into like a therapy session, kind of a
Les
spiritual
voy a
therapy
cobrar through
session.
my OnlyFans.
Oh God.
Only
Only
ghosts.
ghosts.
Only ghosts.
Hey.
Okay. I mean, it's just. I guess we'll find out when you get here, and we can go off of that.
It's just that a lot of it with me, it's like I have to be there and feel it and see. Like I'm limited to like this fucking screen, so I'm not. If it's
Right.
around, I can sense it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're gonna pee in your pants in 10 minutes.
Right. I
Yeah,
have to
but
bring back
but
the
even
jokes.
that,
Jesse
though, like-
just said, "I have to be there to feel it."
Like joke number one.
That's why I feel
Joke
like
one.
it's
What?
because
I
like
will
that.
laugh if you walk into his house and you're like, Sergio, you're fucked. I'll just like, oh
Sergio,
damn.
you're
no.
moving. Have you ever seen the movie Poltergeist, Sergio? I'm just kidding.
Of course. I'm
Oh
gonna be
fuck.
like,
All those crappy, like I took that crappy. I actually paid for that gravestone tour in San Diego or whatever the haunted house is, or the Whaley house, and this and
Really?
that. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't feel shit in Old Town.
You need to go to New Orleans. You'd have a fucking field day in New Orleans.
Oh, I
Jesse
can
be like this.
imagine.
Get
It's,
me
I
out of
mean,
here.
we stayed at the Daphne,
Ghost
and
orgasm.
it was ridiculous. But like, you walk around, like I told the guys, you walk around New Orleans, and like you're talking to people, and you're at one point you're like, fuck, was that person actually really here or not? You know what I mean? There's just it's so fucking weird because there's so much like besides like the French were there, the Spanish were there. There's so many fucking people there, and it's just like you saw that person too, right? And, it was not a recreation.
Yeah, it's
For sure.
sometimes. Like I was house hunting recently, and I went into this house and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like somebody died. And so I was
Uh-oh.
walking around or whatever, and I went into the room and I was like, "Oh yeah, the son for sure passed away here." And I was with my realtor, and these two people were sitting outside in a van, and it was a mother, like a mom and dad, I guess, or like two older people, and I told the realtor like, who are those people? Are those the owners? And they were like, yeah. And sometimes, I mean, I like to talk to the owners if they're selling the house. Like, why are you guys selling the house?
Mm-hmm.
And the kid, I saw like the badges, like they had all of his name badges. Like I guess he worked at Best Buy and like just whatever his school ID. And so we were talking to the parents, and I told the realtor, can you ask them like if somebody died here, like low key, right? I don't want to put them on the spot. And she messaged me and she's like, oh, their son died. She's like, how'd you know? And I said, because I felt it. Like I'm not gonna. And I told my Eric, I told my husband, I'm not gonna buy that house. Like fuck that. And then in the backyard, they had like some weird area where it was like literally in the corner of the backyard, it was two little benches and they had like a bunch of stones and all that. And I was like, what in the hell? Is this a freaking graveyard or what is this? Like, is it a pet cemetery or is that where they put the son's ashes? Like, I have
Possible.
no idea. But yeah, it turns out that, their son passed away. And I was like,
You think they buried the son back there?
I don't think the son is buried there, but
No,
maybe
you can't do that in
yeah,
California
maybe
anymore. In
they
California, you
needed
can't do that anymore.
some type of a memorial or something for him, and the parents would
Yeah.
just sit there. I don't know, but you could just sense it everywhere. It was horrible. And there was always just like birds. I don't know, it was just weird. I was horrible vibe. And I took my other friend, I have a friend that's part of my club, and she's older. She's like in her 50s, and she has a don as well. That's why we were like attracted to each other.
Mm.
And I always would take her with me to see the houses, like if my sister wasn't available. And she was like, "Oh no, like no." I was like, "Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to make sure."
Oh,
Question on that.
No, go ahead.
What do you feel like?
It just depends.
Is it
Like I don't know. Right now, when you were talking about your friend, I felt like a lot of stomach pain. Like it feels like not pain, but like tension. Like someone's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like somebody's squeezing. Like I don't know, just like I guess when you do like a lot of like what is that, sit ups or something where your stomach muscles feel tight.
conscious? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
cramp. Yeah.
crunches. Like it just feels tight. Um, like I felt a lot of irritation there, but or I just feel like sometimes it's just really hard to breathe, or my head starts hurting a lot, or it just depends. And then I just have to get out of there. Like I have to see, I'm talking about him, and like my stomach is hurting.
Wait, Oscar.
That could be. I think that's
Was there someone
his.
going in and out of your room right now?
Yeah. My wife just
Okay,
left.
okay. I
Relax,
saw
bro.
shadows. I
Relax.
was like,
Jesus
ah.
Christ.
No, no. The
My
only
son
reason
didn't
I asked
react
you
to
that,
so
Jesse, is because I do kind of feel that sometimes. Like when I go into places, and I feel like that's kind of like what you told me. Like I have something, like. And I used to think like, nah, I'm like just tripping, like. But there is times where I do feel stuff like that, like where I need to get out of that place. Just I don't know
Yeah.
why. I just have to get out, and that's why I wanted to ask you. But I don't feel anything like that here. Um, I don't feel like that. I mean, in my parents' house, where if you watch the previous episodes where I had a lot of encounters, I don't feel that anymore. But during that time when it was happening, I did feel like those types of stuff where I was like, I couldn't even during the day, I couldn't even be by myself. But
Yeah, I mean, where the house that I grew up in, it had a lot of weird spirits because it was just old. Like it was built in like 1930, and then it used to have a shed in the back where like my grandpa would like slaughter the cows and shit, and they just decided to make that a house, and that was like our house where we grew up. And so like a lot of weird stuff happened. Like I even took a picture, and I'll see if I can find it. I took a picture there behind in the living room. We used to have this big, huge mirror, and you could see the reflection of the kitchen door. So when we took a picture, there was a picture of me and my sisters or whoever it was. I was like zoomed into it, and you could clearly see like two heads like looking in like that. It's like so creepy.
That's why
Um,
Jews don't have mirrors in their houses, because we believe it's tied to another dimension.
yeah, I mean I have like the mirrors that I have in my house. I did like a whole cleansing thing on them because it's horrible. Like um when I first got this house, I already knew like a little old lady died here. But it's not a bad spirit. Like I still see like her sometimes here, but I'm like, it's her house. Like, pobrecita, no leo. I don't get a bad feeling from her, so I'm like, whatever. But my kids también. I have a daughter that's 6 and a little boy that's 3, and they're the same. Like, my daughter says like very weird things. She always says like,
Yes, I can attest to that.
she'll say like, oh, I'm like I was playing with my friends today, and she'll say, yeah, she's like, I knew my friends when we were stars and we didn't have names yet. They were there, but they didn't have names. Or she just says things like, I was very close to my grandma as well, and she would say things like, I miss my grandma, and I'm like, you didn't know your grandma? She's like, yeah. I knew her before I was in your belly. She put me in your belly because she knew that you needed me, type of stuff.
How do you feel
And
about kids having
wow,
the imaginary
imaginary friend.
friends?
I
Like,
don't
do you,
think kids have imaginary friends. I think kids see spirits because they're pure and they just see spirits and they
That
play
makes
with
more
them
sense.
doesn't necessarily be bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think because my kids don't have imaginary friends. Like they straight up tell me like, "Oh, I'm playing with this kid," and I'm like, "Okay, well, keep it away and shit." I mean, that stuff still creeps me out. Like, don't get me wrong. Especially since I had kids, I'm like, "Oh hell no." That's why I'm like
Because one
a
of
lot of this.
my cousin had an imaginary friend, and then none of the other brothers had an imaginary friend. And then our other cousin, she used to sleepwalk,
Mhm.
and but sleepwalking, like she'd go outside and just stand there and then like stare up, like at nighttime, you know. And then she would we thought she was how do you say babbling, just babbling randomly. And
Mhm.
then one of the neighbors that spoke the language said, "Oh, she's speaking. I forgot what it was. Some like you know, it's a foreign language, but I just don't remember exactly what it was."
Mhm.
Or that's the closest that she could make out to it. But it was really weird because nobody in the family sleepwalked besides her, and then nobody had imaginary friends besides my cousin. And he had them for years, and then one day just boop, gone. He had a name and everything. It was really weird.
Yeah, I don't.
Matt, what
Yeah.
about your daughter? Does she have imaginary friends or no?
No,
No.
no,
Oh, he does.
I'm like, better not.
no.
Yes, I know. Oh, he
So,
does.
so story on that.
Oh
My
no.
niece. Remember okay, my parents' home. Um, she was staying with my parents in her room, and they were laying down, and she has this small little chair. It's like a baby chair, and she puts the chair next to my dad's side. And my mom says, "Why did you put the chair there?" And she's like, "Oh, because it's for my friend." And she just left the chair there. And my mom was like, "Yo," I mean, she's had this experience with my nephew as well. He was playing with somebody called Chalo, and um, he was pushing him on a tricycle. And she asked him, like, "Hey, like, you know, who are you playing with?" And at that time, I think I shared with you, but then it eventually went away. But now my niece has this certain friend. She doesn't really bring her up much, but back again to my grandma, uh, she had this girl that would follow her because she had passed away like when some time ago. Like, well, my grandma had a daughter that passed away very, very young, and it always kind of followed her. So we think that that's the girl that's in there. But yeah, she put that chair and she's like, yeah, that's her chair. So
That's some
I don't know.
paranormal activity shit. Don't sit there. That's Toby's chair. Don't sit on that. That's
Yeah.
kind of scary. Just a little bit scary. Jesse's just so you know when Jesse's quiet, she's surveying everything. She's like honing in on
I can
on
feel
what's
that, bro.
going
I
on.
can feel that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that a
I
lot.
just think she's frozen.
No, she's
That's just for
she's
you, man.
assessing everything. Trust me. I know Jesse.
I guess one question, Jesse, for you, like when did you find out like
Since I
that
was
you
small.
had
Since I was small, I've
you're
known.
small?
Yeah. And the reason I was like that is because when we were first starting and you told me not to mention anything, I was trying to talk about your grandma. I was going to ask you if there was somebody's sibling that had passed away. But that's why I just thought it was like weird that I was thinking that when you just mentioned that your grandma's sibling passed away. But yeah, I noticed since I was small and my sisters also, and it was just little things like even now, but it was just little things like my sister, I would have like really bad like chest pain, or I feel really sad, and then I would call my sister and she'd be like crying, and I'd be like, what's the matter? Or stuff like that. Like I would just feel the need to call somebody or talk to somebody because I felt like they were sad or something, little things like that. Or um, one of the times when I was asleep, I was at my house and my grandma lived in the front house. And I remember waking up and like I just opened my eyes, and at the edge of the bed, there was a lady all in like black, like she had like a black dress and like a black veil type, but not like dramatic, just like like las viejitas de antes que se tapaban like this, like with the when they were gonna go to church, or with a handkerchief or whatever. I don't know.
Show.
Ajá, como a shawl or something. And I told my grandma about it, and she showed me a picture of my great grandma, and she had exactly that. So stuff like that, or just the same, like I would be at home and I hear my grandma call me, or even now, like I did something really weird during the summertime. Valentina had my daughter had gone on a field trip, and I was driving around with my sister, and they had gone on a field trip to the water park, the little water park that's here. Um, Stop laughing, Matt. It is a little water park, okay?
No, I'm laughing at Ethan.
Okay.
I was
And
Ethan
trying
had
to
so,
laugh. I was trying to
cough.
cough on the mic.
oh, his damn coffee. Te va a salir un pedo. And so, so I
Rompe
just, I
pinche
don't know.
calzones a la
I
verga.
felt like a crazy lady because I went to the water park air thing, and I was like, I need to see my daughter, and they were like, it's a school function, like you can't go in. And I said, yeah, but it's my daughter, and they're like, well, you don't have proof that that's your daughter or whatever. And I was like, so I basically was like looking through the fence, and then at one point a lifeguard came over and she's like, "Can I help you?" And I felt like a freaking they were gonna arrest me or
Get out of
something.
here, pervert!
Yeah, exactly. Like they were gonna think I was like some pervert looking into the thing or whatever.
It didn't help that Jessie was like this.
For real, because I was just like, oh my god. But I couldn't find her. I don't know where the hell she was. Like I couldn't see her in the pool. I couldn't see the kiddie pool. Y luego they have like a lona, so I couldn't really see everything inside. Like I had already like I was waiting for the freaking bitch in the front to leave so I could sneak in, and she was still there. So I was like, oh my god. So my sister's like, let's just go. Like if something happens, they're gonna call us, and I'm like, okay. And so sure enough, I pick her up and like at school because the bus takes them back to school. And she's like crying, and she's like, I had a horrible time. And she's like, I was calling and calling you, and you didn't come. And I was like, cool, nobody was calling me. Like, and she's I was like, where are you calling me? She's like, I was calling you in my head. And I was like, oh my god, like I heard you, I heard you.
That's crazy.
Wow. Dang.
That is
Things like that.
wild.
So y'all don't have to pay for like your phone plan. Like y'all can just like text each other. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
cancel your T-Mobile plan, Jesse, or Verizon, whatever you
Use a
have.
bar.
Be like-
It's still in the minutes phase though.
More
How
bars
does
and
it-
more places. Like
How does
Go.
it work with Wi-Fi? I'm tired of paying for my Wi-Fi, Jesse.
Yeah.
Does anything?
You don't need
anything for
Wi-Fi.
that?
Be without it. It's better for you.
Sure, I think you're right. But then we can't have these wonderful talks on this podcast.
I know. Like it's really fucked up, but I knew the very last day I was gonna see my grandma. And I remember we were there visiting her, and I gave her a hug and a kiss, and I remember I just couldn't stop hugging her. And when we left, like I was just crying and crying so hard, and my sister's like, "You're so stupid. What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know. And I told my husband, like, I feel like this is the last time I'm gonna see my grandma. Like, I don't want to leave. Like, I want to stay the night here." And he's like, it's fine. Like, you're probably gonna get your period or something. And I was like, no, no, no. Like, I feel it, you know.
You really
And-
missed the ball on that one.
What? And so I was like, I just feel it. I feel it. Like it's the last time I see my grandma. And the next morning I called her. She was fine. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. And then that night she passed. And I didn't get to see her again.
Is
So
this
it's just
something
like-
that you've had to really hone in, or you just let it flow as it came? I mean, anything in general.
I don't know. I guess it just depends. It's more like I'll just feel it. I'll know. I will know 100 of freaking, even if I just meet somebody for the first time, like I'll just know so many things. Like my friend, we were coming back from San Diego, and she's like, can you look at my friend's picture? Or she said, do you think my friend has pretty eyes? And I was like, okay. She showed me the picture, and I started telling her all these things about her. Nothing bad, but it was just so freaking awkward because she ends up bringing her to an event like the next weekend, and we have to do like these Valentine's cards to each other because it was like a Galentine's, and I got her. It's so I was gonna say like, but I was gonna write on the
dang.
card, girl, you need to be who you are. Like I was gonna tell her all these things. It was so awkward.
I mean,
That's
but
crazy.
at the end of the day, just like, okay. Going back to what she said, that whenever she meets someone, like she'll size them up. and like know a bunch of stuff about them, and about, you know, it could be intuition, but at the same time, I think it's a little further than that. I don't know if you noticed, Oscar, but when we all hopped on before we started the show, she was only looking at one square. It wasn't mine. It wasn't Ethan's. It wasn't Michael's. And it definitely wasn't Matt because he wasn't there yet. Here yet. Who's left? You. And right away, she was already feeling stuff and she wanted to say what was there. And that's what's amazing. One of the many things that's amazing about Jessie. And I'd be lying if I told you that she would help me to vet with some of my ex-girlfriends. I wouldn't listen, and I'd go through with all the ex-girlfriends, and it wouldn't work out because I'm an idiot. But Jessie kind of, you know, getting away from the whole vetting girlfriends thing, she kind of helps with a lot of things when you're navigating life. And I'm not saying that she's a valuable tool or asset in my life.
That sounds so bad. I was about to say, I was like, you sound like a tool to use every once in a while. Like
That's why he only calls me with
Jessie, I'm getting a
every
girlfriend.
Sunday.
You need to go look at her. You tell me.
Bump into her here. She's gonna be here.
Here's a picture.
You're not gonna
Here's a picture. What do you think?
You make her sound like a Pokemon. Like, I'm gonna use her when I need
Jessie,
her.
go. Tell me what you see about this girl.
He takes me out of the magic bottle where he has me trapped.
Yeah. I guess let me ask this, like Jessie, like, you know, a lot of people they go through life trying to find like a purpose, trying to find significance. Is this what do you feel some of that like when you help people through these certain things, or like how do you feel?
No. So my sister and I were reading something very interesting, and it's a long story because it was like a 45-minute like 3-hour conversation we had. But it's this girl, and she kind of explains like about like your purpose in life and the afterlife and the type of deaths there are and why there's like children that pass away and why there's types of death, because it talks about like your subconscious and like, so I feel like I don't feel like this is my purpose, like, oh, like I felt like my purpose was something else, or like my purpose is something else, because I mean this is kind of just something that is part of me, but I do like so many other things like within my community and blah blah blah. So I feel like this is just I feel like it's helpful at the time. So um my one of the ladies in my club, her son was murdered when he was 17. He was murdered at a house party. And we had an event on domestic violence, so we had like a bunch of people there and blah blah. It was like crowded and people up. Well, that day I didn't know. I was talking to my daughter, and so she was like, "Oh, mommy, I miss you," because my daughter will like straight up prank call me on her tablet. And she was like recording messages, and she was like, she leaves me audio messages, right? And she'll just like, she's like, she left a message like, "You are the best mommy in the world. You're beautiful, and know that you are changing and so many lives and helping so many people, and you're perfect," and whatever. Like all these things that are true. And so Sergio, don't make the face. And so then,
whatever.
All facts.
so for some reason, I felt the need to just walk to her and let her listen to that. And so I told her, "Hey, like my daughter just sent me this message, but like listen to it." Because something just fucking drew me to get up in front of a sex trafficking event and like go show her my phone. So she listens to it and she starts crying, and I'm like, "What happened?" Like I mean, I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I showed her the wrong message. I don't know." And she
A
was
message
like,
from Eric.
I know, right? She's like, "God damn it." And she's like, I really needed to hear that. And she's like, today's my son's anniversary. And I was at this event and I didn't get to the cemetery and blah, blah, blah. And I felt like I wasn't able to talk to him today. And I felt like that message like was from him. And so I was like, oh, okay. But it's just weird stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not always like, I'm not like the freaking lady like that. I'll be, well, sometimes I'll be at the Carniceria and I'll be like,
Or the lady from Poltergeist, someone talks like this. Yeah, they're all there everywhere.
I know you're not about to compare me to Tingina, motherfucker.
I know you're not like that, like on demand. Where's the little
No.
girl? Where is she?
I don't think she uses it as a party trick either. So I mean,
Is
Man,
there any
imagine
time though
that.
where you just can't like hold it in? Like you just have to like
Oh, yeah,
tell
of
somebody
course.
like, yo,
Yeah.
Like today, like during this podcast, when you told her not to, she couldn't help herself. Same concept, right, Jess? Am I wrong?
I just like, I can't stop thinking about that doll. I don't know why.
Oh fuck! Don't.
But yeah, so it's like I said, it just depends sometimes. And then like when my sisters and I get together, it's like worse because then we're all like talking shit.
Yes.
a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
Coming together.
Yes.
Sorry.
I wanna test something, Sergio. Not
Oh,
okay.
no,
Sounds wrong.
please,
Not
God.
test.
He starts singing.
Why does
that
He's
sound
like,
wrong?
oh,
No. Is there something new with me?
you cut your hair.
No,
Like-
not physically. Just me in
Like,
general.
You're not wearing any pants.
Like as
Not
far
wearing
as
any
your
pants.
sexuality,
No,
Well,
So don't tell anybody.
but I wouldn't say sexuality.
Jesse's like, I know you
Wow.
swing both ways.
Ethan, I don't sense anything new with you, but I'm just like my energy honestly is just really focused on Oscar Square for some reason.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
Is it because maybe I've imposed something on that doll? Like,
No, I think I don't know. I think it's because you are like you have a don also. So I feel like our open minds are like trying to connect or something.
like
Yeah.
connect the
seriously.
Bluetooth, bro. It's this one right here. Nah,
Like
I'm
our
just kidding.
spirit guides are talking or something. Yeah, something weird.
I do though. I'll be completely honest. Now that like we've kind of had this whole conversation, I do feel a lot more secure. I don't feel the fear of going downstairs right now and like just walking around that I did in the beginning.
Her face.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel at ease.
Should he be scared to go downstairs, Jesse?
No.
Okay, good.
No, he
A little
has
heads up would be nice.
he has a spirit guide that protects him, so he shouldn't be scared.
Easy. How do you sign up for that? Do you put in an application?
Is it a
for-
subscription?
You have a spirit guide as well. Michael doesn't.
Oh, I do.
Not yet.
Don't give
Damn.
a fuck
Michael, you're
about
fucked.
you.
Ethan doesn't either. But Sergio, I've already told you, like your grandpa is there at your house
Yeah,
around your daughter most.
that I
of the time.
remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I remember. That I do remember. Okay. I mean, it's just this is like eye opening and mind opening, I should say, in terms of everything that's happening with Oscar. It's amazing because he's new to the show. He's been on for 2 episodes.
And it's not planned. Like it's all
No, it's
literally
not.
real time. Like it's
just
like
You,
how
the-
raw can this get?
hey, exactly. Raw dogging it. We're just
Raw
No
dogging
bullshit.
this, bro, like straight up.
if for all of our new subscribers, this is just happening. There's no script. We're surprised when we stay on topic because we go on a lot of tangents all the time, and it kind of shapes up the way it does. We have a topic and we have a general, discussion that we have. But it never works out that way. And sometimes beautiful episodes come out just like this one. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. We're at a little bit of a time, but and it's always that way whenever Jesse's on the show because it gets very interesting very fast. And Jessie will be back for the next episode. Right? Right? You're gonna be here for the next episode.
Yeah,
hopefully, Ethan. Okay, and Ethan, your topic, your secondary topic, you could shelve that because this is amazing. What happened today with Oscar? And
because the topic
Jessie.
I had, which is kind of what's happening now, like kind of like whenever to kind of give Jessie and Matt a kind of like
just save it.
Oh no. It's what's happening here. Yeah. Just put it that way.
Nice little teaser for next week. Please, our subscribers, we're at the end. We're about to jump into our videos. And if you're watching, listening, doesn't matter where, you can contact us. What's the email, Oscar, that they could submit their stories?
Here, just let me give you Ethan's phone number. You guys could call him if you want.
Oh, please don't.
It is 702. I'm just kidding. You could definitely, listeners, viewers, you could send your stories to paranormaldudestories@gmail.com. Please submit them, and it might come out on the show. More than likely, it will. But thank you for listening. And next, of course, is video time.
Did you get the Llorona 2025 footage?
All right, let me know if you guys could hear this. We're going to start with La Llorona.
Okay. I can't. Yep.
This is one, Jesse.
Oh, fuck.
Why they gotta be so bad quality? What types of phones they got now?
I mean, we're lucky they have a phone.
They are in Mexico.
Where they are.
That's true. Telecel.
It's not like that.
What does it do at the end, though?
That cheap Llorona remake movie that she's like in Compton.
What?
Oh yeah, yeah. You haven't seen the more recent one. Yeah, she is. She's like
horrible
in LA or some shit like that.
Horrible.
You saw the figure moving,
like,
from right to left, right? So there was an actual video that I saw that I need to find again, where it's the same thing. The video's cut a little longer, and she actually wails, like she cries out loud. And it's like super bone chilling. That's for damn sure. Here's the next video. Oh, did you see the pillow at the end?
Head imprint, yeah.
Look at the head imprint on the pillow.
Yeah.
Oh no. So our best friend Ranger Man.
Oh god.
He made an AI video of himself and like an inspirational video, and he shared it with everybody. So I hope you guys are ready for this.
Knocking on the devil's door, feel like I've been here before. Hoping he can tell me why the world's so cold. Knocking on the devil's door, feel like I've been here before. Hoping he can tell me why the world's so cold. Picture me living, new designer, all the Zion, thicker than Megan. Optimism, knowing damn well my life in a blender. Fuck that hoe, she ain't really solid like she pretended. Fuck that nigga, he gon' talk behind your back to the bitches. Young nigga, I done learned a lot the harder way. Feel like I'm that piece out of place, just like a runaway. Had to get up off my ass, won't let my life just go to waste. You can't tell me shit if you ain't lost your heart.
I don't understand it. I don't
I
get
That
do.
is
it.
extremely
I
high
do.
quality. Jesus
I think
Christ.
Michael gets it too. They're
What
all
the
weird
fuck?
TikTokers and Instagrammers that are like the
Is
dude with the
that what it
hat.
is?
Yes, the dude with the hat.
So much
He's on
sadness,
TikTok.
bro.
He like does drinking on TikTok all the time. He like throws up. It's if you look at the comments, it literally says something about Avenger TikTokers or some shit. If it literally says that in the comments, they're all
Avenger
cringy people.
TikTokers.
Okay.
Makes sense. I don't know what this is.
I have a Llorona video that I want to
Oh, here it
show you
is.
guys.
I
This
found
was
it.
actually just captured in October in Durango, Mexico. The person who submitted this has been tagged down below. If you don't see her down there, it's because she decided to be anonymous. Actually sent me 2 videos. This is the first one. You kind of see this dark hooded shadow kind of like walking back and forth. This is the one that really caught my attention.
Hell no.
That is definitely her. I mean, the video was captured by her in-laws. They typically go and visit Durango, Mexico about twice a year. They're actually currently there right now. When they first captured this on video, they were unsure what they were really looking at and actually kept it to themselves all of this time until she came across my page and wanted to get.
That's the one of her wailing.
Oh, okay.
I don't ever want to hear that shit ever. This is the second time I've heard that wailing. I don't want to hear it again. Jessie, you better not fucking call me and leave me a voicemail and say that, do that shit. Okay.
I'll think about
I think
it.
I think I might be confused or misremembering, but I for some reason I had the impression that she didn't speak Spanish. La Llorona, I mean.
I don't know.
I for some reason I'm remembering it was one of the native languages.
Like Inca or some shit like that?
No, that's too far south, but yeah, well, one of the Mexican native languages, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Put a funny
I guess
video, yeah?
we have to.
I'll look into
Would
it.
you say what? Would you say?
Let's put a funny video, yeah?
No.
I think
So
Steven's
we're
got
gonna do this
dethroned.
I'm just Michael texted me, bro. He said funny video, so
I ask you to leave my home. Do not come anywhere near my home. I want you to leave this house.
Oh. Oh.
I seen this one, bro,
Oh.
with a freaking thing.
No.
And leave right away. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave forever and don't come forever. And don't come back. I ask you to leave forever. Do not come back into this home.
Fucked.
I'm blessed this house. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house. I ask you to leave this house instantly.
Don't you have to demand it to leave, not ask it?
In the name of Jesus Christ, leave my home right away. In the name of Jesus Christ, leave my home right away.
What do you guys think? Real? Fake?
Was that the first thing that flipped around? That was a cross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why was it upside down to begin with?
No, it wasn't. It like turned.
It flipped
or
upside
whatever.
down.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like the videos that show the crosses going upside down are always fake because that's not always going to happen when you're cleansing a house. I guess that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a little dramatic. That's like demonic devil.
That's like
shit.
movie
magic.
shit.
Yeah,
movie
exactly.
magic
Movie
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever I see that in
Like,
videos,
I
I'm like,
always see that.
okay. Like when I see them, I'm like, okay, that kind of loses me in the video. Like, all right, that kind of.
Right. What were you gonna say, Michael?
One thing I want to say like on how they made the video because you could tell it's fake, but I want to say like how the hell did they do it?
They mask it. It's called masking. You can do three
My
different
question
shots.
is.
Well, how do you move stuff?
for that video? Huh?
Is it Michael? You mean like how they move stuff?
String.
String.
Yeah, there's a lot of effect. I mean, I could come up with a bunch of how to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I find it I mean, I guess it's more
But
common than
Matt's version. They all include dildos.
Bro, I
we
want to see
can't
like
really,
the
you know.
my
actual cut.
my
Like, I wanna see how
confusion.
stupid it is.
My confusion is, and I guess it's a lot more common than I realized, that people have security cameras in their fucking kitchens or in, you know.
I know.
I don't.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
true.
maybe in the room, I get it. I mean, if you know, there's both ways. Either you're, you know, recording yourself doing some good stuff, or you know, it's something else. Because I've put up a camera in my room to see what happens when I sleep, you know, or whatever, and it's fucking weird. But like people have like some pretty high quality fucking cameras up in their corner, and like I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my only question behind it is, when you're saging something, is it required to wear a turtleneck? Because
he tried looking like a
guy had a turtleneck. I don't know.
Must have been Dutch.
Let's see here. What's this?
There was a lady walking, and she just disappeared in the sidewalk.
If I get jump scared, I'm gonna kill you.
I know when I get jump scared.
I didn't believe it, but somebody walking by.
Oh, he's booking it.
Why?
¿Qué pasó, güey? Oh, Regina! Ahí va saliendo. What the? Mira.
The fuck?
What the hell? Salió de la.
The fucking car moved.
No mames.
The noodle.
Mira. Ahí va. What the?
Oh, that's crazy.
What is that? ¿Qué es eso, güey?
You know what? I do agree with someone said it earlier. We have like these 4K cameras nowadays.
What the hell?
And they're always shitty. Every single time it's something like this.
They're always like 2 pixels. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, like even like the cheapest like Android or iPhone has a good quality camera. So it's like I don't understand why these are.
Somebody talked about that the other day on on a different podcast, and they chalked it up to translation from your phone to X computer to. And you know, not everybody knows how to export and properly whatever the terms are.
Like video compression or loss of pixels.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking about, I was like, bullshit. So I filmed, you know, something, and then I started just randomly like moving it, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, maybe, you know, 2% of that is that, but come on.
Yeah,
true.
You know, I've shot OnlyFans shit that looks way better, you know, with the real life of.
But I think we're way past time. I think we could stop video time there, and we could save some for the future. And if anybody has videos on the show, off the show, subscribers, viewers, whatever, please feel free to submit them to us, and we will look at them during the show. We usually watch them at the end. And don't forget your submissions of your stories as well. Today was a good episode. Thank you for joining, Jessie. Pleasure. Thank you for definitely helping Oscar in his quest to not figure out what was in his house, but he figured out anyway.
We're still not done though, because she says she's thinking about the doll. So
well, we got to revisit that. Yeah.
Does not have a floral dress. I'll tell you that one.
Then continued.
We'll see in a floral dress somewhere.
You said the doll's wearing a Canadian tuxedo, so it might be that.
Well, actually, you told me not to bring it, so I'm not going to bring it.
No. We'll save it for the next episode. Everybody, all of our listeners, watchers, we're kind of blowing up a little bit. Might be in Mexico, and there's some here in the US as well. We want to thank everybody that's subscribing to our channel. We're going to keep pumping out content. I was like, say something. Whether it's a podcast episode, and Ethan and Oscar are up to bat when it comes to short stories, like the one Jessie likes, the Yoo-Hoo entity. Jessie liked that one very much. So we got to continue that, and we will. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. and become a paranormal dude. Become one. Subscribe. Catch you guys later.
Bye.